Hello, my name is j.nicolejackson, and welcome to the 2020 Historic Home Expo. Welcome to the City of Venice, the home of the Blue Bonnet Festival. Our first home tour starts at this beautiful bed and breakfast right here in the heart of downtown Ennis.
Hi, I'm Erica and this is my demo dad.
I'm John Valdez.
And welcome to the Hoefer House. We are a father-daughter team who decided to take on the Hoefer House in late 2017. We renovated it from top to bottom, and now we have a beautiful B&B located in the heart of the historic district of Ennis, Texas.
This part of the great room here is probably one of the best features that came with the house. Originally there was tile with one piece of tile missing. What peeked in the back was brick, it was exposed. We decided to remove it, take a chance, clean it up, and it is one of the best features in the great room as we speak.
And over here you can see the restored shiplap. Every board that you can see is original, which is over 100 years old. There was wallpaper and cheesecloth that covered the shiplap when we first purchased them. And so we took off the wallpaper and then burnt off the cheesecloth with a little small fire torch. And you can see little burn marks here and there, but I think that's what adds to its characteristics of the house and make it, more original to what was here, because there are less than a handful of boards replaced out of this whole house. So I think that makes it unique and more to love just whenever you walk through the door. And now follow us to see the rest of the unique features of this historic home.
So welcome to the Hoefer House kitchen. Originally there was a wall between you and I. We removed the wall to add to the kitchen's open concept.
We added the fur down right here to make it seem more organic, since you could see the break between each room. On doing that, it really added to the accent of the chandelier because it made it pop even more into the room. And doing so, I think it really helped the lighting completely. But you can't help but miss these brick pavered floors here that we added. We really wanted to stay true to the era of the house, and while there was original hardwood floors, they were in terrible shape. So instead of keeping them, because like I said, we wanted to remain true to the house and keep everything original, we decided to add these pavers, which set a complete ode to that era of life. And if you see them, you can't help but love them. They're beautiful in every aspect.
This is an 80-year-old sink here that was in a fire. It's a farm sink. Probably weighs about 400 pounds, but we had it restored and added it to the kitchen. Just another one of the unique features of the home.
Just up the staircase, you'll see our ode to the Hoefer House family. We took down all of the wallpaper very gently and made sure to keep it in a safe place until we were done. You can see the original cheesecloth, the horsehair cheesecloth here, and we framed it. There was a total of 7 wallpapers used all over this house. So basically from top to bottom, when you walked in, you saw wallpaper. And so we wanted to share a little of that with our guests so they could see what had been here before. So whenever you stay with us, make sure you check out these unique wallpapers framed in our stairwell. They were here from the beginning of our restoration, and we took care of them and made sure that we could share them with you in this home.
Now follow us up to the Barbara Birdie room.
The Hoefer House has 3 bedrooms, and each one is named after the Hoefer House or the city of Ennis. We are starting off with the first room at the top of the stairs, which is the Barbara Birdie room. This room was actually named after the Hoefer's youngest daughter, Barbara. She grew up with a hearing impairment, and the first time she ever heard was when she was sitting in her room playing. She heard birds out on the balcony. So we decided to tribute this room to her based upon those facts. And you can see that this room is white and airy, and it really just has an overall youthful childhood feel when you walk through that door. There are 2 other rooms upstairs. Let's check them out. We are now located in the Bluebonnet Suite, which is the most spacious out of all our rooms here at the Hoefer House. We have a king bed and these beautiful original windows that let in so much natural light. We also kept this beautiful chandelier that was a Hoefer's, and we really feel like it captured the essence of this room.
I couldn't have said it better myself.
We are now in the last room upstairs here at the Hoefer House, and this is the Margaret Magnolia room. We named this room after Margaret Hoefer, the Hoefer's daughter. It is an ode to her. It overlooks the beautiful backyard, and it has the original chandelier that was here whenever Margaret stayed here as a child.
So guys, book your stay here at the Hoefer House, 310 West Denton, Ennis, Texas.
One of the biggest questions I get from my historic home buyers is this house haunted? Well, if you would like to research your historic home, stop by the local Ennis library and see what they have to offer.
Hi, I'm Lonnie Barrett. I work here at the Ennis Public Library in Ennis, Texas, and I'm here to tell you about some resources we have if you're interested in learning about the historic homes and buildings here in Ennis. We have a great little library with awesome resources, and we would love to see you come down and check it out. I'm going to show you how to use our online catalog to search the resources that we have. We'll do a couple searches for historic homes and our archive boxes and vertical files. So when you want to look up something in our resources, you can go to our library website, which is ennistech.gov/library. And then once you're on the website, you can go to online catalog to search. So let's do that. Once you're in the catalog, you can use different search terms depending on what you're looking for. For now, we're just going to look up historic houses. So then it will give you a list of results, and depending on what the call number says, it will tell you where it is in our library. We have archive boxes from the Ennis Historic Society, and we also have vertical files and then phone directories. So for example, right now we're looking at the archive boxes, and you would just jot down the number and then come into the reference desk and ask for that box number. If you click on the title, it will give you more information about what's actually in the box, like photos or information about the architect or who lived in the houses. So there's all kinds of information you can find. There's also historic photos that you can look at if you're looking for an old photo of a house. And that is also available at the reference desk. You just come in and ask for it. Once you go to a computer, you plug it in, and you can look for houses by their address, or you can search by the year that they were built. Okay, so there's a bunch of historic photos, so if you're looking like specifically for a house, if you know the name of the house, that's pretty helpful. Like there's the Surf Mansion that used to be here, where the library is now built. Okay, so we have the Moore residence, so when you click on it, you can bring up the picture, and you can make copies, you can print, and you just go to the front desk. It's 10 cents a page for black and white, and most of these photos are black and white. So, okay, so that's how you can find photos. And next we're gonna go look at the vertical files, at the address files in our regional history section. Okay, here in our regional history section, we have old phone directories, which are very useful if you're trying to find information about buildings and when they were built. For example, we had a lady here earlier this week trying to figure out when her house was built. She didn't know, so we started looking in the reverse directories. And we found out it was built in 1940, so that was interesting. And then we also have the vertical files, so follow me and I'll show you the vertical files. So here at our vertical files, we have our Ennis address files. So any house that's deemed historic, there's the address file for it. And it's just alphabetical by the street, and then of course the number. So you can look up the house. For example, we have 510 West Brown, and when you look up the information, there's again various photos, information about who built the house, who lived in the house. So this is another useful resource. And the last thing I wanted to show you is the archive boxes in our storage. The last thing I wanted to show you are archive boxes that we are housing for the Ennis Historical Society. And if you remember when I showed you the online catalog, when you look up, there's a number, you just bring the number to the reference desk and I can pull the box for you. And again, the information in these boxes are just miscellaneous items, like newspaper clippings and housing the old photos. So that's all the information I have to share with you today. So if you guys are ever in town, I would love for you to stop by and say hi and let us help you find the information you need. Thanks.
Hi, my name is Nicole and welcome to Masterpiece Home Inspirations. When I came to Ennis downtown and seen that they were trying to revitalize their downtown and keep the old structures, I just fell in love with it and I said I want to be a part of that. So that's how we got here. So your home is the only place in the world that you can control its atmosphere. When you wake up in the morning and you see that beautiful piece of art, it just revitalizes your soul and gives you a breath of fresh air. So I feel like this is my vision in life, my goal in life, to assist anyone who walks through these doors to help transform their home into a masterpiece.
I am a masterpiece.
I'm a masterpiece.
Great job.
One of my customers stopped in the store to purchase a buffet for her beautiful historic home. We got a chance to look inside. Come along with us and take a look.
Hi, my name is Jessica and I live in Ennis, Texas. My house was built in 1915 and I live in the historic old downtown. I moved here back in March and I've been here for a little over 6 months and I just love it. I chose to live in the old downtown because I like history and age, things that have life, you know, they have meaning to them. I definitely love being able to walk downtown and eat at the restaurants and say hi to the people, get to know your neighbors and everybody's name. When I first walked in this house, as soon as you walk in, you see this beautiful archway, double doors, swing doors. It definitely was built when the house was built, and you can tell it was given some love along the way. It has 15-foot ceilings, which actually gives you plenty of room to move around. Don't feel claustrophobic, and it definitely gives you the home vibe to just cozy up on the couch with a blanket and watch TV. One of the front rooms I turned into a spare room that kind of displays my grandfather's artwork. He was a wood crafter who built many things. I have a display in there that has parts of his pieces, and I cherish them as he's no longer with us anymore. Inside there, I also have pieces that I got from my father that I remember as a child growing up. I definitely want to incorporate things in the house that either belong to someone in the history of my family or had some type of meaning to me. Another interesting fact in the front room is that the house came with a piano. I'm not sure how far back it goes, but the person that redid the house left the piano for us, and I do love the history. Even though I can't play, I would love to be able to do it one day. So I moved in right after the coronavirus hit and we kind of went into the pandemic. So I didn't really get to share the house with my family for a while. I was kind of here by myself and didn't get to really show it to my family until the summer. So when my dad came, he did a lot of research, and with his love of history that has kind of passed down, I guess, on me, he gave me a gift, a housewarming gift, which was this map that is showing Ennis back in 1890s, I think it's 1875, before the house was built, which really does give you the feel of how the town was built and what it was like back in the day. Another thing that I liked in the house when I was going through it was in the dining room, they have the original built-in cupboards that were in the built-in wall. You definitely can see that there was some care, taking care of that in the entryway, as they are still original to the house 100 years later. Well, as a first-time home buyer, this definitely has been one of my most treasured purchases in my years. I'm excited to be in Ennis. I love the old downtown historic feel. I plan on being here for many years to come. Hopefully my grandkids will be sleeping upstairs and I'll be able to give them some history of this old town and be able to experience all these antiques and history along the way.
One of the best things about living in a historic district is a historic downtown with all of the different shops, from antiques to home decor. Join us as we stop by one of the most unique shops in the city of Venice. It's a home decor store and restaurant in one. Come along with us. Welcome to the city of Waxahachie. We stopped by City Hall to learn more about what they're doing to preserve their historic communities.
Hi, I'm Anita Simpson, Downtown Development Director and Heritage Preservation Officer for the City of Waxahachie. The City of Waxahachie established its first preservation ordinance in 2000, and that established the Preservation Commission, which oversees the historic properties in our town, both downtown and residential. The overlay district was installed over the downtown overlay in 2005, and what that means is that nobody can work on any of the buildings downtown unless they get approval from the Heritage Preservation Commission. This helps protect the historic integrity of our downtown, and it's mandatory because it's in an overlay district. Our residential programs are strictly voluntary, but we have a full slate of incentives and exemptions to help historic property owners take care of their properties. These incentives and exemptions were expanded in 2016 to include maintenance as well as restoration. Generally, a property has to be at least 50 years old and in near original condition to qualify for these programs, but we have, as I said, over 2,700 properties in Waxahachie that are eligible to participate. We're here in my office. This is where I keep a lot of the documents that I use in the course of doing my job. This is a guide for historic property designation in Waxahachie. This tells citizens if their home would be eligible for our programs, what the benefits are of being a part of that program, and then what the requirements are to get the incentives and the exemptions that we offer. This is a information page for downtown incentive programs that tells all the different developers all the different things that is required of them if they're going to do a project downtown. It's a great tool for them as well as for us. As I stated before, we've had a long history of documenting our historic resources. We've done property surveys since 1985. This is the first one, and you can tell it's well used, and I use it a lot, and it's a great tool for us. This is the 2004 update. It's not as comprehensive as the first one. The first one was for properties pre-1945. This one is properties post-1945. Then we have our updates. This is the survey plan. This tells us which zones we need to do in what order as far as their importance and the age of the districts. This is the downtown update that redoes all the historic properties downtown and gives us their status as of 2016. And then this beast is the 2019 Zone 1 survey, which covers every historic property south of Marvin Avenue. So it's very comprehensive. It has a lot of information in it, and it is available on the website, the city website. So you can access information from any of these documents and much, much more on the City of Waxahachie website. This is a panorama of 3 sides of the square of downtown Waxahachie in 1919. It looks a little bit different today, but it still looks a lot the same. You can tell that the cars have changed drastically. This building here is in the process of being turned into a steakhouse. This entire block is intact. Of course, we have our beautiful courthouse. This side of the square is completely intact. This is the Rogers Hotel. The square, we lost these buildings to fire in 2011, and these buildings were torn down to make a parking lot earlier than that. But we do still have a lot of our historic downtown intact, and it's still just as beautiful, and that courthouse is the centerpiece of it all. This building was the post office for Waxahachie from 1913 until about 1967, when post office built their new building over on College Street and vacated this building. It became City Hall in late 1975, and we're actually standing in this part of the building right now. In 2000, the city had grown, and we had outgrown this much of a building, so the addition was built on down here that houses the courts and public works downstairs and the health department. We had that. So the old building ends right here, and this starts the new addition that was added in 2000. It was made to look like it was part of the old building. It was made to integrate well with the existing structure. So we're real proud of that. Of course, now the city has grown so much that we've outgrown this building. So we're going to be building a City Hall annex across the street in the near future. Our marketing campaign for our economic development is called the Crossroads of Texas. And so our communications director raised the money to have this painted. And so whichever direction you're looking is actually a compass point of where we're going to be. So that would be west, where Fort Worth and the stockyards are.
Dallas.
North is Dallas, Big Tex. East is the Piney Woods. And then south is, of course, the Hill Country. Here's pictures of the courthouse we built, and this is the Ellis County Museum when it was a retail store, but there's pictures of the courthouse. I mean, it's just an amazing building. It's like 125 years old.
And that's the old picture of the courthouse, or the picture of the old courthouse.
This is the Lyceum in the library. You said you saw construction at the library. Yeah. They have like a stage and a performance area, and it's called the Lyceum. And this is young kids doing some kind of, I don't know if it was May Day or whatever. This is the house my husband grew up in. It's on Main Street. Really? It's the Dunlap Simpson home.
When selling your historic home, here's 3 tips that you should think about. First, the description. When you describe your home, don't describe it as a 2-bedroom, 3-bath, just a basic description. Highlight the features of your home. Is it a Victorian? Is it a craftsman? These are the things you want to highlight in the description. Tip number 2, take pictures of these features that your home has. Are the baseboards high? Let's take pictures of that. Do you have built-ins? Take pictures of that. These are the things you want to highlight in your pictures that will bring buyers racing to your home. Tip number 3, if you've researched your home, tell the story. When you list your property, home buyers love to hear a good story about your home. Your home is special, it's unique, it's a masterpiece. Tell the story of your home when selling your home. Our next home tour is in the city of Waxahachie at this gorgeous bed and breakfast. Next time you're in town, make sure you stop by.
Hi, my name is Mary, and welcome to the English Merchants Inn here in Waxahachie, Texas. We're located about 30 minutes south of Dallas, and I'm going to tell you a little bit about our bed and breakfast. Ask about the remodeling process and did we have a lot to do. When we bought the house the first time, it was really just needed decorating. I mean, it had the original kitchen, everything was basically original. So we just moved in and just painted and wallpapered and did decorative things like that, but we really didn't have to remodel the space. And then when we went upstairs to complete the attic, as I said before, it was just a big open space where I'd had all kinds of crafts and we'd play with the kids up there and run around, hide Christmas presents up there. But anyway, eventually we turned it into, we did have someone remodel the upstairs, and we added 4 bedrooms, some baths, and a laundry room. So I knew that it would work great for a bed and breakfast. And the couple who bought the house from us, who we bought the house back from, actually did turn it into a bed and breakfast, and they upgraded some of the bathrooms and did a number of things upstairs. And when we came back the second time, I just tried to infuse it with my personality and sort of I really wanted kind of a quirky British feeling to the property. Every bed and breakfast is the something house, and I really wanted it to, I love the idea of an inn, like an English inn. So tying into my travels, my little travel company where I'm in England quite a bit, and I do France and Morocco and South Africa and Kenya and India this coming year. So I sort of felt like a merchant and a traveler as well as what the original owner was. And so I just sort of tied that in and ran with it. I thought, I'm going with that British thing, and we went down that road. My husband and I were always drawn to small communities. I grew up in Dallas, he grew up in Waco, and we loved historic homes. We looked all over Dallas. We went all the way as far as Gainesville. We went to Corsicana, we looked at Ellis, we looked at Waxahachie, and somehow we just were drawn to this small community because it was historically intact. It has not been absorbed by Dallas yet. And we loved all the historic homes, and you could get a much bigger house at a much better price those days, and we just loved this old historic home.
thinking about buying a historic home? We stopped by one of my preferred lenders to get a little information about home loans. Take a look. Hi, my name is Marti Jefferies. I'm with Go Financial. Our office is located in Cedar Hill, Texas. I'm also a senior loan officer. I have been in the business for 19 years. I love to see older homes restored to brand new and them also to be tailored to the customer's needs. This is a great product for anyone who dreams of restoring a home. So one of our most exciting products is the Historic Home product. This is a renovation loan that will help clients to fix the house up with little or no money out of their pocket. This one differs from the regular loans because you actually get money to renovate. You will assess the value and then also assess what needs to be updated, and we will give you money to complete that project. Our other products are standard conventional FHA products. We can assist you in those areas as well. If you would like to reach me, you could reach me at 972-904-2717. Again, that number is 972-904-2717. You can also go to my website at www.martimortgage.com. That's Marti, M-A-R-T-I, mortgage, M-O-R-T-G-A-G-E.com. Thank you. Thank you for viewing the 2020 Historic Home Expo. For more information, visit us at www.masterpiecetx.com.